Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. This is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. In this episode of Investing 102, I'm going to help you level up your investment knowledge and explain how I view covered calls. I'm going to try to do it in a way that's a little bit different. So let's look at it from things that you're used to. I'll start off with real estate. Most people understand this. In a simple thinking, you have to rent somewhere to live, or you live at home with your mom or dad. The next level is you buy your primary house. So that's a level 101 thinking, which is a very common thing. What's the next level? Well, you own rentals. With the purpose of what? The difference between owning your own home is who pays the rent or the mortgage. In level 101, you pay the mortgage. In level 102, your tenant pays your mortgage. And the next level is whatever you do after that. Some people get into commercials. Some people start flipping. Some people do BRRR. Some people do syndicates. But whatever you do, that's up to you. So let's look at another example that you may be familiar with. Credit cards. The first level is everybody has a credit card. But what's the purpose of level 100? People use it in the wrong way, which is what? You accumulate debt. Now you're paying interest on the debt. A level 101 thinking is you go with this cash only concept or you use a debit card. So now you're better off than the guy who's using the credit card wrong. You're using cash or using a debit card, so you're only paying for what you can afford, pay no interest. But a level 102 is somebody who uses the credit card, rides the float for 24 days or 25 days, interest free loan, you paid in full, and then what happens? Nothing. So your money can be used to earn additional money. And the last level is this level 102 concept with credit cards, where you're actually collecting mileage or points. Today, the average credit card consumer can make about 2% return a year off their annual spending. So if you're spending 20 grand on your credit card, you can make a 2% return. Some categories, some credit cards have like a 5% rate of return on some categories up to a certain dollar amount. But on average, you can see how if you don't pay interest, now you're actually going to make money on your credit card. And I did a video in the past where can your credit card be viewed as an asset? So the last part is a little bit harder to understand. In the level 100 thinking, the average person owns nothing. You don't own any stocks, you don't own a business. That's what a stock is. Level 101 thinking is you do own stocks. Most people will own it through a 401k plan or a teacher retirement plan or something like a 403b. You can also open a brokerage account and own stocks or ETF that way. But that's really the first level. The next level in level 102 is to use options to collect rent on the stock that you already own in the level 101 thinking. And then the harder part is the level 201, where you're using options for something even much more complicated, which is either hedging or you're offsetting certain risks in your portfolio. So if you need to pause this to understand this, it is totally different. Most people understand real estate, so I want you to think of stocks and option like a real estate equivalent. So let's go through this real quick again. If you're paying rent, you never own the real estate and you end up just paying rent. If you own your house, you pay the rent and you still can make money. In level 102, you own rentals where somebody else is paying the rent. And then this is just sort of magnifies what you're building on, right? You have 100 doors, maybe even more, or you're flipping, right? There's different rate of returns on these things. Stock market is the same thing. The average person, while it's okay to get to 101 level, own stocks in your 401k plan or 403b, but there's another level to that. You can actually use stocks that are sitting there in your portfolio doing nothing for 10, 20, or 30 years. You can now do something with it. You can add this extra layer of collecting rent. And I'm not talking about dividends. Dividends is already part of that 101 thinking. Using options to collect rent is an additional stream of income on the same asset that you already have. So it doesn't take you any more money to do this. And then the harder level is hedging. In order for me to demonstrate this, let me go to E-Trade. Here is my E-Trade account, and let's just make sure you see real data. I'm going to hit apply filters. You can see all my E-Trade, and actually let's do something really interesting. Let's just do 50. Okay, so let's talk about what you see here. Look at all my trades. I only own 100 shares, so I can write a cover call, one cover call, and these are all cover calls. If you look at these credits, you see I'm collecting money almost every week. The option expired worthless, and then the next available trading day, I created a new one and I collected $51. Then over the next couple days, I collected 10 more cents, 15 more, well, it's $10 here, $15 here. And then you can see what I did. I'm rolling it, collecting another $15. Then I collected $40. Then I collected $20. And if you keep on scrolling, you see this. I'm basically using a cover call every week, and I'm just rolling it 1 week or 2 weeks, and I adjust it up or down. I don't really care what's happening. You can go to Yahoo, and I'll show you that real quick. Let's go to Yahoo. The market looks like it's great. It's opening up. Let's hit refresh. Market is up today. Let's do EA. I'm going to show you the chart. I'll show you a year to date. So EA has been downtrending and then uptrending. And you see by even my trades, I can make money, doesn't matter which direction it moves. Here it goes. It's moving down. And then if you look at the last month, it's moving up. And you can see by my trading pattern, I'm still making money. You see, this is a 5-day, 1 month is uptrend, 6 month is, it was downtrending until the last month, and it's uptrending. Here you see the 1 year chart is downtrending, 5-year chart uptrending. Next, I want to show you some historical data of all my trades for EA using a cover call. I'm going to go to my trusty pivot table. For those of you who watch some of my older videos, you know that I use this pivot table for all my options data. So here I go. I filter out a couple of tickers, and really what I want to show you is the data for EA. I'm bringing up this. This is a pivot table of all my options, losses or gains per quarter, and I basically took all this data and I wanted to show you the data for EA. I own 100 shares, so the most you can ever write is one contract or one cover call at a time. In the year, sorry, I did that wrong. In the year 2000, I collected $1,958. In the year 2021, it will be $1,060, and currently $159 in year 2022. Currently, you saw that it was $138 a share, so 100 shares is worth about $14,000. So in the year 2020, I made 13.99%. In the year last year I made 7.57, and then this year I made 1.14 so far. So you can see by adding this up, I already made $3,177 using this concept of collecting rent. Now, you're wondering, well, did I make a bad investment? Well, you can say yes, it's true. EA really been going up and down. It's been range bound. So you really didn't make a lot of money. EA did start paying a small dividend recently, maybe, I don't remember exactly, but I think it's maybe a year ago or maybe 5 quarters ago. I don't remember exactly. So you're not going to get rich off the dividend. EA really hasn't moved in the direction that I thought it would be moving. I expect it to grow maybe 8 or 10% a year, and it really hasn't. But you can see why options is a great component to your stock portfolio. And I'll show you why. I do this in other holdings that I have. You can see that EA was my worst performing one, but I wanted to show you that because you saw my brokerage account. I've done better in something like Bristol Myers, where every quarter I'm making money. I did it in Riot. Now, Riot was something new. I did not follow Riot in 2000. I started following right here, and you can see this one quarter I made a killing. Now I was playing both sides of it, so I was doing cash secure puts. I think later in that year, or maybe later in that quarter, I started doing some cover calls, but I don't remember exactly. But you can see it's profitable. Now Visa is a little bit different. Visa, I do mostly iron condors because Visa costs over $200 a share. And you'll see, I don't always make money. This is a pivot table. So I lost money here, made money, lost money, made money. But if you look at the total, this is the reason why when you watch my videos, or some of my older videos, look at my Visa trades. I do a lot of iron condors on it. Sometimes I do 3 contracts, sometimes I do 4 contracts, sometimes I do 5 contracts on Visa. So I'm back to E-Trade, and I just wanted to show you again. These are all covered calls. I'm just rolling them up or down depending on the market price. EA recently, in the last, let's say, a week or so, there's been some buyout rumors, and so the shares have been moving up. So you see I'm adjusting it. I was down to $126, $124 for my cover call. I just moved it up 2 days ago to $140, and I need to continue to move it up if the shares keep on running up. But the goal is for me to always collect a premium. If the options expire, I'm okay with that. I'll just start off a new cover call, and I'll just grow back so you can see that this is not random luck. I do so many trades. A lot of you, if you watch my channel, over 1,000 trades last year. I may hit 1,000 trades this year. This is just one example. Again, this is one example. If you count the trades on the screen, this is about 20 some odd trades, maybe. I don't know. I pressed 50 here, but I don't know is it 50 or not. But you can see what I'm doing. So now that I show you my pivot table, I show you my E-Trade trading history for EA, you can see why using cover calls on an index like an SPY can work. I happen to do it on individual stocks that I own, like a Visa, like a Bristol Myers, like an EA. My goal is hopefully you can see how one can collect a premium or collecting rent while you own the stock. And that rent, regardless if the stock is flat, downtrending, or uptrending, you can make this money regardless of what happened. And a lot of people don't realize that if you can make, let's say, 5% a year, if the stock goes up 5% a year, that means your total return is 10. If you own a stock like a Tesla that may average, let's say, a 20% return per year, and you're writing cover calls on it, you can earn way more than 10. You can make 13, 14, or 18, or 22% a year, whatever it is. There's a lot more premium on Tesla. It is a higher risk, but there's a lot of people who do it. And I'm just showing you what I have done with EA, what I have done with Visa, what I have done with Bristol Myers. And I do it almost on every stock that I own. Why wouldn't you? So once you own a stock and you've gotten so used to collecting rent, if you have 100 shares, why wouldn't you do it? And this is the reason why I can do over 1,000 trades a year, because after a while, I get into this habit of, if I got 100 shares sitting there and I'm not renting it out, then I'm just at the level 101 investor when it comes to the stock that I own or the assets. And I want to move myself to the level 102 or the 201 level thinking. With that being said, hey, if you didn't understand this, just rewind it and go back. Look at the raw data I presented. You'll see that, hey, if you don't believe me, look at some of my old videos. Look at my old videos with EA. Look at my old videos with Visa, with the Iron Condors. You'll see that I make videos on this stuff. None of this is made up. I use real data. I store it in the pivot table. It's great for presenting multiple years of data to my users. And if you like this, please comment. My job is to help you understand this stuff, maybe in a way you never seen it before. With that being said, hey, please like and comment below. Give me a thumbs up. As always, let's do this together. Let's do this $1 at a time. Have a profitable day. Bye-bye.